I still haven't processed. No, seriously. What's happening, film friends? Dave the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of The Batman. The Batman, of course, stars Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Colin Farrell, Paul Dano, Jeffrey Wright, Andy Serkis. My God, this cast, and of course, co-written and directed by Matt Reeves. And I really don't have to give you any of the story. You know what's happening. You know there's the Riddler, the Penguin, Catwoman. You know what's happening when it comes to The Batman. So what did I think of The Batman? So good. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And there's going to be no comparisons to previous Batman movies or anything like that in this review. I'll save that more for the spoiler discussion. And I'm going to be seeing The Batman again tomorrow. So I definitely will be posting a spoiler video. And then, of course, on Friday's vodka stream, full on spoiler discussion, full panel for that. So make sure you guys tune into that. But yeah, man, I tell you what, Matt Reeves, 5 years in the making of this incredible movie. It's so epic. Being a Batman fan, especially. I mean, obviously the production part of it was like 3 years, but he's been working on, of course, when it comes to the script. And I'm really hoping that he just has an entire treatment for what he wants to do, to leave it open, because there's just so much in this movie to look at. I can't wait to see what I missed while watching it again. But it's just like he just took like little parts from like other movies, the source material, and just kind of just put it all together, mix it up, and here you go. Him and Greg Fraser, man, just beautiful shots, wide shots, but even like the smaller up close shots, because obviously this is very much a detective story, the most detective Batman story that we've ever gotten, of course. Not like there hasn't been any detective work in previous iterations, but it's really, I mean, there's so much Gordon and Batman. I mean, that's what really shines about their relationship. There's a lot there, and there's some tension there when it comes to them and what they're dealing with other cops and everything. It's so good. But I mean, just like some of the cinematography using like these different lenses that are like zooming in on things, and I don't know, it's absolutely gorgeous. And then of course we have Robert Pattinson as Batman. I mean, again, when it comes to how you're going to like feel about this, and how I'm still, again, I have to see it a few more times, probably about, who knows how many more times I'm going to go see it. But geez, you could have like the Batman movie ranking be somewhere, and then of course, then you have the actor playing the Batman who's under the cowl. But so I'm like, there's going to be that, and I'm going to have to like figure that out, where it all like stands, where he stands within actors, where the movie stands in Batman movies. But dude, wow. And I know there's been complaints about the duality between Bruce Wayne and Batman, but it's funny because I've said it many, many times, and I even said it on the last week's vodka stream with Dr. Travis Langley, and he fully agreed that this Bruce Wayne doesn't know how to be Bruce Wayne yet. I mean, we're in year 2. It's established right away that this is the second year of being Batman, with beautiful narration. It just really fits the tone of this movie with the noir and just the psychological thriller aspect of it. And just seeing Gotham City as Gotham City, because it's very much a character in this movie, very much. And they make it look like a dump, but kind of beautiful. And it's ugly and beautiful at the same time. I don't know if that even makes any sense, but Robert Pattinson, man, when it came to his performance, it's absolutely, I mean, all the performances are great, but he really does stand out. He shines, and he gets tossed through the ringer in this movie. He really does. And his back and forth, the chemistry between Zoe Kravitz and him, Selena Kyle and Batman, was pretty fantastic as well. You could see that little relationship building up, and just the things that happen down, like her story when it comes to this whole thing, it's pretty crazy. And then of course you have the villains, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, Penguin, Riddler, and man, Paul Dano, top tier villain performance for sure. I'm kind of thinking about where that ranks, but funny at some points, which is interesting. Awkwardly funny, but man, does he just play a psycho. And sometimes some of these scenes you're like, holy crap, is his voice okay? Colin Farrell stands out. I mean, obviously you can't tell it's him. You can hear it in the voice throughout, but he's funny. Any scene that he's in, it just works, because he's never like usually the full-on like main focus, because you got Carmine Falcone, which of course Totoro does a fantastic job as well. We got that. He's like in with all that, and then of course you have the Riddler thing happening. I mean, it's a pretty crazy. There's a lot of angles that this story goes, and some surprises along the way. And man, I tell you what. And then of course you have Andy Serkis as Alfred. Of course, not not too many scenes, but at the same time, the scenes that he's in, specifically one, yes, King of Mocap, also just such a fantastic actor. So there's all that. And then, of course, you have the action. The action, I mean, it's like for the first, the first 2 acts, there's action, of course. You're going to see him beating the shit out of some people, and you're going to see some things happen. Specifically, you see that car chase. Yeah, great stuff. But then, of course, when it gets to that final act, when it gets to that, it gets amplified a little bit. I know some people said when it goes into that final act, it kind of gets jarring, like almost like the tone changes. I don't think the tone really changes. It just gets a little bit more grander because of what's happening in the story. And I had no qualms with it. When it comes to this movie, I'm trying to think like, what am I thinking when it comes to the flaws of this? And I mean, I think like the only thing that I was like kind of really thinking about on the drive home was the fact that maybe some of these scenes I wanted a little bit more tension in them, even though there is tension in certain scenes, like that one scene, when it comes to the GCPD that we saw in that first trailer. My God. Yeah. I really am just trying to like figure out what are my gripes about this movie, and I really don't have much. I think I'm going to watch it again and see if like something stands out. But my God, this is such a great, fantastic story. And then, of course, Giacchino's score just fits beautifully. It's so haunting. There's just certain parts in it, especially when it comes to the Riddler theme being used, and even Catwoman's theme especially. And then certain moments when it comes to Batman, I mean, it all just works. It all just works. I mean, 5 years in the making for Matt Reeves, and he really achieved masterful work right here. This really, the guy refuses to miss. Anyways, guys, I'm going to keep it at that. I love the movie. Cannot wait to see it again. I'll be doing a spoiler video. And then, of course, like I said, Vodka Stream, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time this Friday. Full-on panel discussing this thing with other people. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. If you saw the movie, what did you think about it? Hit that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing this stuff. Join if you want to become a member. Patreon's down there. All the stuff's down there. Links, social media, all that stuff. All right, guys.